Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We are about ready to predict our week 17 games here on the channel and take a look back at our last week. Did really well, going 13-3, with the only three ones being wrong were the Lions losing to the Panthers, the Titans losing to the Texans, and the Eagles losing to the Cowboys. But all the other games we got correct, and I was very proud of myself for that. So let's go ahead and look at week 17, the second to last week of the year. Starting off with Thursday night football, we got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Tennessee Titans. The Cowboys got a big momentum boost, beating the Philadelphia Eagles to keep their division hopes alive, while the Titans, they just lost to the Houston Texans. I guess you guys can see where I'm kind of going with this and saying that the Cowboys are going to win this game pretty easily, in my opinion. This is going to be ugly, and Al Michaels is going to lose his mind. And then we got another terrible game. We got the Arizona Cardinals coming off of an overtime loss where they let Tom Brady still somehow keep his playoff hopes alive, going up against the Atlanta Falcons, who I don't even remember who they played. Oh, they played the Ravens. Okay. And they also did not look that good either. So this is going to be an incredibly ugly game. I'm going to go with the Falcons just because I think their offense is a little bit better run offense than the Cardinals. But this is going to be a stinker of a game. And then we got the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions. The Bears, they put up a fight against the Bills, but the Bills eventually pulled away while the Lions got absolutely steamrolled by the Carolina Panthers. The Lions need to win this game to keep pace with the Packers and the Commanders in the wild card race, and I think they will. I think they are definitely a talented team. Their offense should do great things against the Bears defense. I think the Lions are going to win. And then we got the Denver Broncos, who just came off a massive loss, disturbingly massive loss against the LA Rams on Christmas Day. Even getting Patrick Starr to Russell Wilson, that was good. I guess the Kansas City Chiefs, who took care of business against the Seahawks. Broncos just fired their head coach. They're doing nothing. Chiefs are going to win. And then we got the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. This is going to be a very interesting game to predict at the moment because right now Tua is in concussion protocol. I still think that the Dolphins have the better offense. I think the Patriots have the better defense, but I just don't trust the Patriots to do anything whatsoever. They're a very messy football team right now, which is really weird to say about a Bill Belichick team. So I'm going to pick the Dolphins right now. Just I think the offensive talent will carry them to more points than the Patriots will. But it's going to be a close, ugly game, I think. Then we got the Indianapolis Colts taking on the New York Giants. The Giants lost on a 61-yard game-winning field goal to the Vikings, while the Colts got absolutely smoshed on Monday Night Football. I think the Giants are going to win, mainly because they're a better coached team than the Colts. Brian Dable's got these guys fighting real hard, so it's not really too much of a surprise there. And then we got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Saints were able to get a victory against the Browns last week, but wasn't really that convincing of a game, while the Eagles barely lost to a really talented Cowboys team with Gardner Minshew as their quarterback. I think the Eagles are going to handle this one pretty easily, so I'm going to give the edge to Philadelphia. And then a very interesting game. We got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Panthers put up over 320 yards rushing on the Detroit Lions and really held that offense in check, while the Buccaneers barely scraped by against a really bad Cardinals team, needing overtime to do so. I'm going to pick the Carolina Panthers to win this game. I believe that they are a better football team. They're playing really good right now, and the Buccaneers are trash. They're very lucky that teams keep collapsing against them because they should not be anywhere near playoff berth with the way they're playing. And then we got the Cleveland Browns taking on the Commanders. This is going to be a tough one. The Commanders lost really badly to the 49ers, which is not too surprising because the 49ers are a really good team, while the Browns barely lost to the Saints. I'm personally picking the Browns because I really want them to win, so the Commanders lose a game, because I want the Commanders to lose really badly, so the Packers have a way better shot to make the playoffs. And then we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, the division-leading Jacksonville Jaguars, taking on the Houston Texans, who helped give them that lead. The Jaguars are playing really good football right now. Trevor Lawrence is really coming into his own. And the Texans really want to lose this game to really secure that #1 overall pick so they can pick Bryce Young out of Alabama. And I think Jacksonville is going to get to 500 and keep a lead on that division pretty handily. And then we got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Vegas Raiders. 49ers were able to put the Commanders away pretty easily. Nothing too bad about there, while the Raiders lost an embarrassing, ugly, bad game against the Steelers and really kind of sealed their fate in the playoff race. So, San Francisco, I think you're going to take care of business here. Brock Purdy really coming into his story of the year right now. And I think that's going to continue against the Raiders. And then we got an intriguing game with the New York Jets taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The Jets are done with Zach Wilson. He is done, out of there, gone. No one wants him anymore. While the Seahawks, they have been sliding ever since they went to Germany. I'm going to go with the Jets, mainly because I think Mike White is coming back to start, and he has definitely been a better quarterback than Wilson has been. And I believe that the Jets' defense is going to make the Seahawks' offense stay a living hell. I really do believe in this defense a lot, so I think that that's the difference between these two teams. So I'm going to go with the Jets on this one. And then we got a very important game for me with the Minnesota Vikings, who barely beat the Colts, barely beat the Giants, and now are taking on the red-hot Green Bay Packers, who just took care of the Dolphins. I'm going with the Packers. They're red-hot. Defense playing good. Offense doing good. In Lambeau, Minnesota's bound to mess up sometime. So I'm going to go with the Packers to win this game. Then we got the LA Rams taking on the LA Chargers. The Rams were actually able to get a massive victory against the Denver Broncos, completely demolishing that team. And then the Chargers were able to lock up a playoff berth against the Colts. I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Baker Mayfield is doing really good things for the Rams. So he might kind of be back as like a backup maybe next year for them. And the Chargers, I just think they're a more talented team. Less injured for sure. So I think the Chargers are going to win that game. And then on Sunday Night Football, we got where's the Broncos? Oh, yeah, they're playing the Chiefs. I didn't see the Broncos on the list, so sorry. And then we got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Baltimore Ravens. If Lamar Jackson's not playing, this is going to be an ugly game. But I'm going to go with the Ravens mainly because I think they have more talent than the Steelers. But I don't know. This is going to be pretty ugly. Pretty ugly, if I do say so myself. And then we finally got a good Monday Night Football matchup with the Buffalo Bills taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, which is going to be very close to determine who gets the #1 seed in AFC. Man, I'm going to go with the Bengals, mainly because I think since it's at home, they'll play very well. And, oh man, this is going to be a high-scoring, high-octane game. I'm going to say 64 points are scored in it. Well, that is my predictions for this week. We'll see if I continue doing well in my standings. Like I even got the little heat symbol saying I'm doing good in the Grassi Posse group. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any disagreements, let me know down in the comments below. And I'll see you again very, very soon.